All right. This is the fastest 15 minutes on the internet. Fastest 15 minutes in social media. And my name is Judson Powell. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit all of the notification buttons, all that stuff for me. Thank you. All right. Now, so the other day, everybody kept asking me, like, when are you going to do something from the spiritual standpoint or whatever? But like I said, I meditated and prayed, so I didn't really get anything like from the Most High. So when I do that, I like kind of look at my environment and look at my atmosphere and all that kind of stuff, and I try to figure stuff out. But then the other thing that I do is I start listening to other people who are spiritual, right? Because sometimes everybody will get like on one accord. I don't not to analogize it to the Bible or anything like that, but sometimes everybody will be like thinking the same thing, right? And so and the first person that I usually go to when that happens is my wife, because my wife is extremely spiritual. And so I listen to her because I know that, she is like on the wavelength. Okay. Then I got some other people that I also listen to. And so it was like 4 people. They were like all on the same wavelength, and it was stuff that I thought about, but stuff that I did say, but not really like stuff that sent me in meditation or anything like that. So I was like, I better not say anything like that. So the first thing that came to me was, okay, America and Africa, and then Christopher Columbus. Okay, what do all 3 of those things have in common? Christopher Columbus, America, and Africa. Okay, so what do they all have in common? Italy. They all have Italy. Africa is an Italian name. America is an Italian name. Columbus was the Italian explorer credited for finding or discovering America, right? He didn't really do that, but we've recently found out. So now, and then the next thing is there's a person on my timeline, and in fact there are 2 people on my timeline, and they kept talking about karma all day, and karma is like always on my mind. That's why, because karma like keeps me good, right? It's like, because I got enough problems. I don't need no other problems. I got enough problems without having karma after me. So that's why I don't do harm, to anybody, or at least I try not to, because I realize about karma. And so anyway, so then these people just kept on putting up posts about karma, and I kept getting them, and I was like, why am I getting posts about karma, all day? And I've been thinking about it. Okay. So now we got the Italian connection. We have karma. All right. So now what do those 2 things have in common? The fact of the matter is the 2 things they have in common is that, number one, okay, we just said that Columbus, when they discovered, quote unquote, America, which was called Turtle Island, or what they ran into, it was Turtle Island. And the turtle has the notches that are on the turtle shell all have a significance to what? The number 7. Okay, to the chakras. All right. And so our ancestors, that's why they called it that. All right. Because of the significance of the turtle shell. All right. So now, stay with me now. Okay. And so then we also have what? We have something else. We have the entire homosexuality, which is being pushed right now. We also have the Vatican is where? It's in Italy. The fake church, which took over and created a fake deity in replace of Heru, right? And Aset and Asar, we have a church that stole or that plagiarized everything from them, and now is considered to be the most powerful church on the face of the earth, which they are. They own all the best property in the world. They have a lot of money. They have treasures. Those catacombs underneath the Vatican are filled with gold and silver and paintings and sculptures and all kinds of stuff. But we also know that the Caucasians, the Greeks, and the Romans originated what? Because what we call agape love agape love was love between men and boys. Okay. I was go look it up. Go look it up. So they were the ones that came up with that concept. All right. And what else did they do? They also, like I said, they were the ones that replaced our deities with everybody else's, with their own deities. So they took our deities. And so even in Hebrew folklore, so like Jehovah Sentenu, Jehovah Shalom, Jehovah Jireh, all of those different names for Jehovah, what are they? They're the netters. They're the nettars, or the different aspects of a human being. Okay, because we didn't have in Cushite and Kemetic and Ethiopian theology, we didn't have a word that was called God. Okay, so now, and then the other thing is, so they made up all of this stuff. All right, stay with me. We gonna roll. And so now, I noticed, and I said, and so then this is the thing, and this is the 200,000 pound elephant, pink elephant sitting in the room. All right. The big 200,000 pound pink elephant sitting in the middle of the room is the fact that the Italians are dying by the hundreds. And there's no actual, and I've been searching for this all day. There's no actual point of origin of where the infection started in Italy. And then everybody that went to Africa or whatever, or to another from Italy, remember the guy in Ghana, the guy that they said had it in Ghana, he was an Italian national. And they tried to make it into like it was an African case, but it wasn't. He was Italian. And then they got a hold, but hold on, here's the deal. They got a hold of him, and they basically they healed him. Okay, so now, healing, healing is the children's bread. I got a helicopter flying over me. But yeah, so healing is the children's bread, right? So now every single case, and they're trying to, sell it as, everybody be, cautious. The Idris Elba thing, all of that, and the basketball players, and they got LeBron James on self-quarantine at the crib. But guess what? They ain't got no symptoms. And here's the thing, okay? There are no new cases in Iran or in China. So if they did engineer this virus, they engineered it so that it would kill Caucasians. And so I'm just telling you, because they're dying by the hundreds and the thousands. All right. They're dying by the hundreds. They even decreed in Italy that anybody over 80 years old, they just going to let them die. Right? Oh, stay with me. Y'all still there? Y'all still. And so they create this church and this Bible, Constantine, the Nicene Council, all of those things, in cahoots. And see, don't get the game twisted, because they were all in cahoots. Even though they call themselves different things, and they said that they were from different regions, they're all the same people. That's how come. And why do you think that Trump is in bed with Putin? Like, he would rather be in bed with Russia than he would with one of our, shithole allies. Right? And so now, Trump is acting like he's closing the borders. But look, everybody closed the borders on him first. They closed the borders on us. Mexico closed their borders 2 days ago. Canada closed their borders days ago. All right? To United States citizens. And Africa has closed their borders to United States citizens, something they should have did a long time ago. And remember, Alkebulan, Africa's original name, I forgot when I said Turtle Island, but the original name of Africa was Alkebulan. And Egypt was Kemet. It was not, and Kush was sub-Saharan Africa. And Ethiopia is the only one that actually kept the name. But So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So this is a karma thing. It's got to be, because everybody else. And then here's the other thing: they quarantining everybody because guess what? The African and the descendants of Africans, what? We're the carriers. So we can carry it. It's like in the movie. It's like in the movies, y'all. We carry the virus, but we don't get sick from it. And the ones of us who have gotten sick, even my fraternity brother who worked for NBC, they had compromised immune systems and compromised respiratory systems. They already were ill. Okay, it wasn't the virus that really killed them. It was the fact that they were and the other thing is, and they were of an advanced age. They were both, 60s, in the 60s. I feel, and I give a heartfelt shout out to them. Nobody wants anybody to die, but that's the reality. The reality of it is that we are the carriers. So a lot of us are going to test positive. And so when they put up their 20,000 cases, right? But there've only been like 200 and some deaths, right? But all those deaths, and most of those deaths are white, are Caucasians. So I'm just going to throw this out there. So can it be, so that's how come, and trust and believe. Look, who has the harshest, think about the politicians who have had the most aggressive policies towards this virus. They are people who are descendants of Italians. Follow me. Message. Okay. I didn't want to, I kept telling y'all, leave me alone. I don't want to do this. but when stuff starts adding up, everybody, oh, you're just a conspiracy theorist. No, I'm not. It's like this stuff is actually happening. It's truthful. All right. So we're the carriers. And so if they get if I'm a carrier and one of them gets next to me, I'm fine. I'm going to be all right. They're the ones that are not going to be all right. And that's why the quarantine is there. That's why they got us in there for 2 weeks, because the incubation period is 14 days. So they figure if they keep us inside, and that's why some of them are even talking about all the way through the end of April and stuff like that, because if they keep everybody away from everybody, keep everybody inside. But then that's also going to mess up Bill Gates. All right, his depopulation agenda. You know why it's going to mess up Bill? Because Bill, I'm going to tell you right now, if Mexicans and black folks is in the house, they're going to be having sex. They are not going to be sitting there playing chess and checkers and tiddlywinks, okay? I'm just going to let you know, because I be like... I told my wife showed me a post. She said, look, so y'all got to start basketball or something again, because he killing me. So I'm just telling you, Bill, it ain't going to work. All right. It really isn't. It's not going to work. And that's the only, because we know how to get, people of color, we know how to get through stuff like this because we've been pushed into it before. And so the only thing you can do, is love if you can't be with the one you love the one you with. I need to stop because it's really not funny, but that's the case. So when they contract it, they die. When we contract it, and look, and here's the other thing. Remember I was telling y'all about the 4 races of humans? The reason why that the Chinese were able to kick it, because the Chinese are humans. They're the original. They're part of us. They're melanated. No matter how we feel about each other and stuff like that, they have melanin. So non-melanated people. That's why. And I've non-melanated people. And so is this the karma for slavery and all that? Have we cried out enough? Have we meditated and prayed enough about this? Anyway, think about that. Fast 15 minutes is up. My name is Judson Powell. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Y'all better hit the melanin button if you know what, because that's the only thing that's saving people. I love you.